Hey everybody, it's Jared here at Big Pine Sports. I'm here with Kevin. We're out in the back working on an RMAX 1000. One of the videos you guys have been heavily requesting is the seat heater installation process. So Kevin's gonna walk us through it a little bit and show you guys what that process looks like.
Hey everyone. Well, what we'll do is we'll start with the wiring. We put in the Tusk UTV Seat Heaters. And to start off with the wiring, I just pull it out and disconnect it from the heating pads. And then when I run the wiring, you'll notice that it has a hot, ground, and then there's a yellow wire on there that is for the power to the switch. And the hot and the ground, they go to the battery on your positive and negative terminals. And then for the power for the switch, because it is a little closer to my power supply than the battery, I just do a little slit in this covering, and then I get that yellow wire and I just pull that through where I want it.
Now, are these steps similar on about any side-by-side that you work on?
Yep. Yeah, about the only real difference is the battery location. And so I'll pull this through. You'll see I've already done this on one of them on the front right here. And what I'll be doing with this is tying this in with an accessory power supply here on the RMAX.
Perfect.
And then this is my switch. I'll disconnect that, and then I run this whole system down through under the dash. Once I've got it under the dash, then I take the connection for the seats, and those will go along the center console, just tucking down underneath, running down each side of the center console, and then I zip tie them to the seat belt right there.
Perfect.
And then you'll see I've got the connection for the seat hanging out one of the switch locations on the dash. The other side will be just the same except on the passenger side. Now for the heating pads, the heating elements that go in the seats, here's a completed one. What I've done is I have pulled the staples around the edge of the seat up to about where these little support brackets are. And then I just pull the cover back. It's a little trickier on these seats that have the stitching down through this panel right here, because it's kind of tough to get in there. So what we actually end up having to do is trim these pads down a little bit to be able to fit in there. And what did I do with that other one? And so I'm taking these, as I hold them up to the light, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but you'll see a shaded area along the edges. Well, just to the outside of that, you can see the edge of that shaded spot. So I will mark that and trim that piece off on both sides. You can see that one, we've got a little bit more on the side.
Okay.
Once I've trimmed those off, then it's just a matter of running these up inside here. With these ones that have the stitching on the side, you gotta stuff that in there like a stuffing on a Thanksgiving turkey. It's a little bit tight, so on the edges that are stitched down in there, you have to try to tuck the edge down inside there, just so that you get a nice smooth finish on the seat when you're done. And then once I'm to that point, then I flip it over, and then I'm bringing the upholstered material back over the edge. Once you pull the upholstery back up into place, it's just a matter of stapling all the way back where you've removed the staples previously. On the seat backs, we have this trim right here that covers all the staples from view. To pull that up, I just pull these staples using a small flatbed screwdriver. Then as you pull these up, you can kind of feel where the staple is, get under there with a screwdriver, and just pop that up without damaging that strip. And then to reattach it, you just run the staple down through the center right there. So as you insert the staple, that folds back over and keeps it hidden.
Perfect.
And that's about it. It goes pretty simple.
One question that we get asked is the little thin film that's in there. Is that important?
If you so on each side of this, there's an adhesive strip. If you need additional, if you need something additional to attach that, if these aren't holding, then you can go ahead and apply those also. It's just like a piece of tape that goes along the edges.
It's a lot easier to shove that up in without pulling those strips off, you guys. So
yeah,
the seat cover itself, as you can see, once it's installed on there, it's really nice and tight. So there's really no need to pull those adhesive strips off. It'll be a pain to shove those elements up in there if you do pull those off.
If you have the seats without that inner upholstered piece that's tying that in through there, then it's a lot easier because that whole cover pulls back up out of the way.
Awesome.
So you don't have to fight that. You can pull those strips off of there and stick them right to the foam backing.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kevin. 435-427-3338. Check us out on the web at bigpinesports.com. If you have any specific questions, post those up in the comments of the video below, and we'll get you taken care of. As always, have a great day, everybody.